Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's training on the 10 steps to success. My name is Jeremy Jenkins. It is a pleasure to be able to share with you the next step in the series. We've gone over the first 4 steps of the 10 steps to success so far. Just a quick review. We've talked about, defining your why and your motivation and why it is you're here and what's going to keep you going throughout the other 9 steps, right? We talked about creating your team and the strategies and how to do that and how to attract new people and creating your lighthouse. We've talked about setting your goals and how to achieve those goals and make them realistic and make them based on what you can do, not what other people do. And then, of course, last week we talked about the idea of commitment, right? And being able to really be focused and really committed and treat this as a real business and not just a hobby. And if you do that, then of course, you're going to be able to have success, right? All these 10 steps are critical. And if you're not having success, you can pretty much look back and say, oh, okay, it's because I haven't done one of the 10, right? So today we're going to talk about personal development. Now this one, it's really near and dear to me. I really like this one because I've seen it. I've seen it in myself as I have developed myself personally, as I've, been able to go out and get the skills and learn the things that I need to be successful. I've seen that my success has skyrocketed, right? Just a personal example. I used to be very shy. Okay. So when I was, growing up all through middle school, even into the first years of high school, I was just one of the most shy kids you could ever talk to, right? I mean, you wouldn't talk to me because I was so shy. And it took me a long time to get to a point where I could talk to people and be comfortable around people and actually present. The fact that I'm here today doing a live webinar, for people all across the world is actually a testament to this step, because I took it upon myself to say, you know what? I'm not going to be shy anymore. I'm going to learn how to get up and present in front of a group of people, right? I remember, happened to do my first presentation on YouTube, and I was nervous. I was so, scared to do it, but I did it anyway. And I made mistakes, and I learned, and I got better, and I got feedback, and over time I was able to do it better and better. And now today, I still get a little bit nervous, but now I can get in front of a crowd of people, 1,000 people, and do a speech or do a talk or do whatever, and I enjoy it, and I'm not, freaked out of my mind, right? And it's because of practice. It's because of studying it and learning it and going through the process. Okay, so that's what today is all about: is learning personal development and how to be able to be that $1 million person. All right, we're going to talk about this, that Mr. Jim Rohn taught. If you want to make $1 million, you need to be $1 million person. Otherwise, you're going to lose it. Okay, and if you do become $1 million person, even if something does happen, unfortunate things that happen in life, you can go back and do it again because you are that person. All right. So, Jim Rohn, if you want to have more, you have to become more. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to become better. If you improve, everything will improve for you. If you grow, your money will grow, your relationships, your health, your business, and every external effect will mirror that growth in equal correlation. How powerful is that? He's hit it right on the head of the nail right there, right? And that is exactly what we're talking about: becoming that $1 million person. Okay. So we're going to let our light shine. To succeed in business and in life, you need to become a leader. You need to be someone who is willing to shine and get up to a higher level. But be prepared, because the moment you decide to be a leader, you will notice that there are others who will almost instantly try to tear you down. And that is why many of us stay hidden, because we are afraid that those around us will feel uncomfortable. And that is why we don't have as many leaders in this world, because we're afraid to make other people feel uncomfortable. We're afraid to, to say, hey, I'm being successful, come along with me. And people are uncomfortable with that. And so we decide, oh, no, I'm going to kind of tone it down a bit, right? Don't do that. Let your light shine. Tony Robbins taught, our deepest fear is not that we are not adequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that scares us the most. Being less doesn't help the world. There is nothing illuminating in making yourself smaller so that other people do not feel uncomfortable being with you. It is our destiny to shine just as children do. It's not just in some, it's in everyone. And by letting our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As long as we are freed from our own fear, our presence automatically frees others. Okay? So powerful. So don't be a crab. Okay? This is interesting. This is a true thing that happens. Anyone who is familiar with the behavior of a group of crabs trapped in the bottom of a bucket knows what happens when one of them tries to climb to the top. Instead of trying to climb up themselves, those who remain at the bottom of the bucket will do everything in their collective power to drag the climber back. And although crab behavior should in no way be analogous to human behavior, we can think of many cases in which it is. Right? Don't be a crab. Don't pull others back. And don't let others pull you back. Be that leader. J. Abrams said, people are silently begging for us to guide them. I think it is true. And for those of us who stand up and become leaders, we will be the ones who will earn the money and have the power to change people's lives. So here are 3 things that will help you to start that process. Okay? Number 1, we're going to lengthen our line. Right? So here's a story that would help you understand a little bit better about how you can view successful people and to know why people are going to try and pull you down when you have more success than them. Okay? So this comes from a book called Zen and the Martial Arts by Joe Hyams. It says, I was practicing kumite with a more expert opponent. When trying to compensate for my lack of experience, I started using silly tricks that were easily defeated. The other guy was much better than me, and he beat me very easily. After this, I was depressed. The opponent took me to his office and asked me why I was so sad. Well, because I couldn't even get a single point. So he got up and drew a line on the chalkboard. He said, how could I make this line shorter? So I studied it and gave many answers, such as maybe cutting it into many pieces. And he just shook his head, and then he drew a line longer than the first one. Now, what does the first line look like? I told him, it's shorter. Exactly. It is always better to try to improve and strengthen your own line or knowledge than to try and cut the line of the opponent. Wow. It's powerful, right? So don't let them tear you down. When you see someone more successful than you, there are 2 ways to reach their level. You can either lengthen your own line or you can try and lower them to yours, right? Unfortunately, most people take the second option. Don't let this happen to you. Look at what the successful do and follow their model so you can increase your own line. And always remember that the more successful you become, there will be more people who want to lower you to their level. All right, second thing, your finest hour. One thing that makes me laugh is when people say that he was an overnight success. What they don't know is how many years of work and preparation I had to go through to be an overnight success, right? Success does not come overnight. It comes from a lot of work and preparation. So Tony Robbins teaches there's a way to prepare by means of a concept called immersion. Okay? So he says, when we're interested in something or we need to learn something, we have to get totally into the subject. Buy all possible books on the subject and find out who the gurus are and buy their audio. Then, for the next 2 weeks, you have to be totally submerged while listening to the audios and reading during lunch and at night. in every free moment. I am convinced that you can learn any subject deeply in 2 weeks if you focus on it and thus prepare for your finest hour. Cool, huh? 2 weeks, that's all you need to become an expert on a subject. Okay, and then third thing, no matter how long the road, this is all about just enduring, okay? Winston Churchill, having been elected as England's Prime Minister, went to the House of Commons with this statement. I would say to the House, as I have said to those who have joined this government, I have nothing more to offer but blood, labor, tears, and sweat. We have before us a most serious dilemma. We have many long months of struggle and suffering ahead of us. They ask, what is our policy? I'll tell you, it is to make war by sea, land, and air with all our strength and strength that God can give us. This is our policy. They ask, what is our goal? I can answer in one word, victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory no matter how long and hard the road. Okay? Victory. We're going to keep going. So we're going to dream big. I challenge you today to set goals to be a better leader. Decide today that you will be better. Dream big and then focus and fight to make those dreams come true. This is how you are going to do your part to change the world. When you start living the high life, you will help others reach your level as well. By letting our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Never say I can't. Don't say that you can't do something if you've never tried. Don't use that word, I can't. Go for it. Try reading at least one book a month, right? Whether it's Jim Rohn, Robert Kiyosaki, T. Harv Eker, Dale Carnegie, Jeff Olson, all of these are amazing, amazing, amazing books that will help you to really understand how to be better, how to talk to people, right? How to share, how to be an influence. It's just powerful, powerful, powerful what you can do. And these are just some examples, right? So some of the better ones that are very, very recommended by most people. But it just changed your mindset. Once the Rich Dad Poor Dad, for me, that one, wow, made all the difference in the world. And the Slight Edge, Jeff Olson, oh my goodness, that one was awesome. I love that concept that Jeff teaches about the Slight Edge, and we'll do that in a future training. But just go find things and take time every single day to listen to an audio, watch a YouTube video, or get these books and actually read them, right? One of your goals from step 3 should be to read at least one book a month and make it happen. Okay? Be that successful person. Brian Tracy said, if you wish to achieve worthwhile things in your personal and career life, you must become a worthwhile person in your own self-development. And Zig Ziglar said, what you get by reaching your destination is not nearly as important as what you will become by reaching your destination. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So, my friends, let's just do it. Again, Brian Tracy, personal development is your springboard to personal excellence. Ongoing, continuous, nonstop personal development literally assures you that there is no limit to what you can accomplish. And finally, Jim Rohn, if you want to have more, you have to become more. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to improve, you have to improve. If you grow, everything grows for you. So my friends, let's do step number 5. Let's do this personal development. Let's take time every single day to learn a new skill, to read a new chapter, to listen to a few minutes of some inspiration from one of the masters. Let's do it. Let's go out there and make the world a better place because we have become better. So with that, I'll let you get back to your Saturdays. Thanks so much for joining me today. And we'll see you next week for step number 6, which has to do with being connected. All right. So with that, I wish you an awesome week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.